Let me just go ahead and get my unpopular opinion out of the way. This not going to be PC, and this is not going to be the one for the people who are trying to minimize or wash down exactly what is happening. Let's get into it.
Get busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you love it in here. Yeah, you love it in here. Got reviews up in here. We got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell. Oh yeah, 3 clicks like the shoes on Dorothy in here.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am Black with another video, y'all. This came out of nowhere, but it's really irritating me. It's really irritating. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell me that you came by. Let me know your thoughts. What's going on with you? It's too much, and I'm not gonna be like every content creator. So if y'all looking for that, y'all need to go watch those people. As some of you may know, and some of you may not, Shalon Jackson, which is Monique's first son, came out with a video today. And he is basically expressing his griefs with how he was raised and what was going on with his mother. He did the video on TikTok. It's all over Twitter. It is now all over YouTube, and everybody has been talking about it. I think it will behoove you all to go through and listen to that video. Basically, throughout the video, he was saying that his mother put things before him. And this is in a nutshell, because if I play the whole video and then their whole video will be here forever. So some people y'all can go to Mems, go to Jamie That's Me. I think Really BTV showed it. If y'all want to see the actual video, go there. I don't have time to do all of that because I'm fuming. So he did this video professing how frustrated he is with his mom, and how she wasn't the best mother, the best caretaker, the best nurturer, how she wasn't there for him, and she did not provide him with the life that he thought he was going to have as a child. I think Mem's video is one of the best videos to watch, because as I was listening to Mem's video, he talked about how, or he played excerpts of Monique herself saying how her child was not important to her. Like literally her own voice, her saying it, her child was not important to her. Her being a mother, her being a wife, and things, and being famous was what was the most valuable thing to her. So being a mom, being a wife took a backseat. Indeed. And she has admitted this verbally herself. Now, I don't know about y'all, and if y'all been watching BusyBlu for a long time, and maybe I haven't, maybe I have, y'all know that I come from a broken home. My father was a piece of, in my opinion, sometimes still can be. I don't talk to the man, so I wouldn't know. And I think what's weird is that there are several different types of kids who grow up. You get the kid who grows up without a parent and then like doesn't even realize that they didn't have their parent, and then they grow up and they live these wonderful lives, and then they just go on not even thinking about it. You have some kids who grow up with half their parent. Okay, they have one parent that's raising them, and then like 25% of the other one, who causes the most trauma because they make false promises, they do false dreams, they do false realities for you. And then sometimes they grow up and then they change and they become everything that you wanted, but not to you, because your time has passed. Your time has gone, and they do not worry about you anymore. And that's where I think Shalon is in. And then you have people who grow up with 2-parent households. Either they love their parents very much, or they really don't care about them, and they just think that they're always going to have their parents. Those are the, in my mind, those are the type of parents that I feel like people have. I mean, those are the type of children that I feel like we have. I listened to Shalon today and his pain and what was going on with him. And then with the help of Mims, I listened to Monique saying or declaring that she wasn't a good mom. She wasn't trying to be a mom. And now she's a better mom and she's the best mom ever. And oh my God, her daddy's helping her to be a good mom and this and that. And I'm fuming. I'm fuming. I'm fuming. And I was on Twitter. Let me see if I can pull this Twitter up because I've been getting the most traction right now off of this tweet, which is really killing me. Share screen. Oh. No, I'm not trying to share that. Oh, 6 new notifications because everybody's talking about this right now. So this was the tweet, and the tweet was basically his TikTok where he talked about everything that has happened to him, how he was mishandled, how she did not think about him, how she thought sometimes that things were the way to get over or to help and make sure that she was a good mother. And he really like he wrote it down, which I thought was smart, and he let it all out of what was going on with him. But these are more of the things that I'm saying that I'm seeing. It's obvious there's a lot of hurt between them, but like he said, they don't want to fix it. However, he does, however, want to ruin her reputation. I get why he's doing it, but like, don't. When did it become when is it now this part of life where you are not allowed to like air your grievances with your parents? Y'all get what I'm saying? And Erica De Niro TV, who's one of my like favorite YouTubers, she always says when the children get older, the children will speak. And they're going to speak. And the trauma you inflicted on a child, especially your own child, you don't get to run away from. And however long it takes to fix it and do it or do whatever, you need to do it. From what I hear, he lived with his dad and not Monique. And then also, he was being raised by like aunts and uncles and grandparents and all stuff like that. This child, it was almost like fostering. But you have a famous mother. And it's getting weird and frustrating to me to see the comments, y'all. Let's go through some of these comments. I'm gonna go through some of these comments. He's hurting a lot. I hope he's in therapy. This has nothing to do with us, though. Does it not? Because doesn't Monique, every chance she get, come onto the internet and talk to y'all about what Netflix did to her, what Oprah did to her, what Tyler Perry did to her, what Lee Daniels did to her? So now that her son's trying to talk, it has nothing to do with us. Girl, go to bed. What else? Monique has constantly admitted to not being there like she should have been when she was a young mother. I feel like every time that Monique has something going on, Shalon comes out of the woodworks. He is allowed to feel however he wants, but don't act like she been hiding you. No, and he never said. He also said he wasn't a victim. And he said he wasn't a victim. There's nothing that he has to ask for. But don't go out here acting like you mama of the year when, hey, it's me, your child, that you pushed to the back. It's me. Hey, it's me, your child. Hey, you remember me? You know what? And I think this is what makes me the most frustrated. And I think I've told this story before on my channel, but I'm gonna tell it again. My mother raised me. She did the best she could. however she could. She put her best foot forward, and she raised me, and she did the best job that she could. She didn't even go to college in the beginning because she was with me. She had to switch what school she wanted to go to, because she wanted to go to, I think she wanted to go to FAMU, or yeah, I think she wanted to go to FAMU. I want to say that that's right. I mean, otherwise she ended up having to go to community college or whatever. Let me not say whatever. I love my mama to death. My dad didn't do a thing but make empty promises. That's what he was good for. I am the poster child of I'm gonna come pick you up. And my mother said, okay. He said, okay, you're gonna sit there. And I was like, no, he is coming. He said he's gonna come. And I fell for it every single time. Poster child of that. I am the poster child. I countless times. And when my mother got married, that was the one time my dad picked me up, and he told me, just remember, that man's not your daddy. So don't be trying to act like he's your daddy. And then I treated that man, who was really the only father I ever really seriously had, like trash. Because you're not my daddy. My daddy said that you're not my daddy. But you know who I never saw again? My daddy. Never, ever, ever, ever saw him again. Never, ever saw him again. And treated my mother's husband like trash for the first couple of years. And he was the best father ever. He cared about me, what I was going through, what I was working on. He cared about my interests, how well I was doing, everything. After that, go through college, do all of that stuff. Then my dad wants to get back into my life. He started sending me Bibles, and because he got into God, started sending me Bibles, and he started sending me new suitcases and like little stuff here and there. And then I got connected with my siblings, which that was the plus for me. But he never changed. It was a phone call here and there. And majority of the phone call, I'm telling you my business, but that's okay. Majority of the phone calls only happen between tax season. So in the state of New York, which is where I'm from, they do back child support. I feel like I told this story before, but I'm about to tell it again. They do back child support. But the parent can sign off to make sure that then the person doesn't have to pay that funding. I guess it's like a waiver, so whatever it is. The parent can sign something with the state and say, look, I cleared them of this. I don't care about it anymore. And he would only call me during that tax period, so that he would not have to deal with it. Because if he filed his taxes, the money going to my mama. And my mama always talked to me. Now, she had her own ideals, too. I'm not going to act like the lady wasn't like, well, I don't like this. But she asked me. And I think he need to pay. Okay? My mom paid for school trips, school supplies, school clothes. She paid for lunches. She paid for my dinner. She paid for rent. She paid for breakfast, lunch, dinner, summer trips that we had, summer clothes that we had. She made sure that the heat was on, that the lights were on, that everything was working. We had transportation to where we needed to go and how we was going to get there. If there was something special or interest that we had, she had to pay for that. She put all this money towards everything. And you think that you helped procreate me, and you made promises to me that because you knew you was my daddy, so it wasn't like you just was aloof to everything. You don't think you have to pay a dime? Man, if you die having to owe this money and we get 401k, we'll take it. My mom deserves that. She didn't make this baby by herself. Why she got paid for everything by herself? And I stand firmly on that. Because you didn't take me out and do stuff with me regularly. So she had to find babysitters and things for us to do, and summer camps, or it wasn't, we never went to a summer camp, or centers. Like, she had to do all of that stuff. And you thinking you don't got to pay anything? You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. And then one time that he called me he wanted to talk about this stuff anymore. He's like, I'm really begging you. I really need to get this done. We really need to figure this out. I have new kids now, and this is what Shalon is going through. I have new kids now, and I'm trying to give them the best life, but they're taking money out of check. First of all, those checks that he would give to us was like $1 or $2. The government is not stealing your check away from you. Sometimes I'll be like, Ma, the stamp costs more. The stamp costs more. Girl, throw this check away. But in this conversation, he was telling me, like, I'm really trying. His sister, who, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. One of his sisters was getting married, but she was doing an international wedding. And apparently, you can't get a passport if you owe back child support. That's what the people say. It was like, I can't get a passport, and I want to really go to my sister's wedding. That has nothing to do with me. You got bills, and you need to pay them. And then another conversation, because he was trying all of the things. And the one that stopped me from ever trying to communicate or fix anything with him again is that he said to me, I had a rough relationship with my father. And I got over it. And now we're the best of friends and everything. And that's cool for y'all. I commend that, and that is cool for y'all. But having a parent like the one that I had, I'm not going to say she was the most nurturing, but she did everything she could for me. And as I look back, I was blessed to have the mom that I had. And we could not go without. She didn't understand us all the time. She yelled a lot. She was stressed a lot. But she did everything she could to make us feel like life is grand. And you don't want to have to do anything. And then now you want me to just get over you not being a good parent? Sorry, I had an excellent one, so I know what it's supposed to look like. So you can't tell me to just get over it. If you want to be in my life, then act like it. And acting like it means showing up, being there. Let's talk. Let's plan things together. Let's communicate. I don't think this man knows my birthday, my favorite color, or where I went to school. No, he does know where I went to school because he asked me to go to a family reunion with his family so he can brag. He was like, I want to show everybody that my son went to Howard because I'm the only one of his children who went to college. That wasn't because of you. You can't, and you trying to show me off, sir? I won't be there. I will not be there. If this is the reason, because he could have said something like, I really want you to get ingrained into the family and see what things are. Let's fix things. Let's, start over. No, I want to brag and show my family like I got a Howard graduate. I got somebody who's doing politics. No, my mama does. You didn't do nothing. And you're actively trying to get me to make sure that you still don't have to do anything. And then the last thing he said, because he has new children, now he has a new wife, new children, and now it's getting harder to raise them because the New York is like, girl, you need to pay your bills because he moved to Florida. Girl, you need to pay your bills. You need to pay your bills. Girl, it don't matter what state you move to, we gonna find you and you need to pay your bills. And he said to me, I'm just trying to be the best father I could be to these kids, but I got these skeletons in the closet. And I need you to help me because like that time is over now. And I want to move forward. What? So you calling me a skeleton? So I'm a skeleton. So what you want me to do is to have my mother, who poured every dollar she could into me and my siblings. I mean, I'm his only child. They have other dads. Poured everything into me, helped me through college, helped me through elementary school, middle school, high school, extracurricular activities, summers, all of my interests, and gave us trips. Did help me with my first couple of years of college. You want me to have her sign a piece of paper to say that you can pay even just for the 18 years, because the child support only goes up to age 18. You just still got to pay it. You want me to tell her that she need to sign that paper because you now a new daddy and you trying to start fresh and new? And I just need to get over it. You done lost your damn mind. You lost it. And that's it. That's it. Now, I was raised right, so cordially, I call him on Father's Day and say Happy Father's Day, because he is somebody's daddy, not mine. Outside of that, I don't talk to him. I mean, tax season coming up, so I should be expecting a call soon. They ain't got one yet. Maybe he learned his lesson. I feel like that's what Shalon is going through, because she on the internet and she out here with her two babies, my two babies. And then you sitting here, and the only thing you're doing is prepping up and nurturing and loving and caring them. And I'm going to be 100% fair and saying that there's a lot of jealousy that can come from that, and anger that can come from that. I don't know if he would recognize it as jealousy, but that's what it could be. I did not get that. And now actively, you're still not even being a parent to me. If you've learned so much, if you've just been this, because at one point she was saying, you know, daddy has treated me how to nurture, how to care, how to be a better parent, be a better mother, or nurturer. Then why the fuck your son is still not getting it? Will it take some time? Yes. But the onus is not on the child. It's not. You went through labor to get him out of your belly. Okay, where people can die. And then you won't go to the ends of the earth to make sure that this relationship is fixed. You're weird. You're weird. Now, people change. People get better. People acquiesce to whatever the new situations and developments are. But you cannot forget about your past and your present. Your son is still alive, still well. And you are the problem if you yourself, because we about to get into this, and this is where my problem was with you when I saw your goddamn video. You are the problem if you are not actively trying your best, because Monique was a person of I think she said she went through tumultuous issues with her parents. You understand how a child can grow up and develop all of these issues. Why are you not doing your best? And let me tell you something, parents, absentee fathers and mothers, things don't make it better. Things don't make it better. Because I was listening, y'all listen to this. Listen, and I know I'm all over the place, but this hits personal to me. And Monique, you damn wrong. And also, before we even get into this video that I'm about to show y'all, Monique, your son has an issue with you and your parenting style and how you have shown up as a parent. Why is daddy saying anything to me? Why is daddy saying anything to me? My issue is with you. You and how you haven't raised me. Why is daddy saying anything to him? Why is he talking? Why is he speaking? Why is he saying anything? I don't want him to write me a note, a text messages. I don't want him to send something in the air, a shipping about nothing. My problem is with you. Listen to this bullshit, y'all.
It was TikTok, baby.
TikTok that was put up by
My son, my oldest son, Shalon. And this is what I want to say to this. There are some people that are saying, oh, you should be ashamed of your mothering skills. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is what I'll say. Let's let it play out. Because the same ones that said to me, I was crazy, I was deranged, we watched it play out. So just like with my son, we'll watch this play out. And I do want to address this though, Shalon. When you say her daddy, then that's when mommy gonna say stop playing because you.
Mommy, first of all, you got us fucked up there, to be honest. Mommy, girl, you ain't been a mom. And you've admitted that yourself. Mommy, that's when mommy's gonna say, you're not a mom. To him. Secondly, her self-esteem is in hell. It really is. It really seriously is. And this is what I was gonna bring up. He has grievances with you. Sis, he has grievances with you. Bruh. And unfortunately, you have to deal. And you know, it's so weird. And I don't know if anybody else feels this way because it seems like as I was going through that Twitter thread, the girls aren't getting it. We hear Monique whine every day about who's doing her wrong. But when her son speaks out, it's like, oh my God, baby, you gotta know. And let's be clear, baby. We, like, literally, her whole stick right now is who did Monique wrong and why we are able to listen to her complain about it. But when her son directly talks to her, now it's, oh, no, we shouldn't. Oh, baby, let's listen to this, baby. And this is my daddy in the ground. You wrong. You are wrong. If I have to listen to a 3-hour interview about how the people did you wrong, and then every year we have to hear, oh, if it's not Netflix, it's Tyler Perry or it's Oprah, it's everybody doing you wrong, but we can't listen to your son? Let's let shit play out. What the fuck? How do you talk to your son like that? This is a family, like literally, it's public. This is a family issue. And your response is, let's just let this play out like we let all things play out. Play out? You're a mother. Let me let my dog out of this room. Hold on, sorry. Go ahead. Me and my mother have argued and we have gotten into fights. And there are some trauma and things that I did not like. And my mother sat there and she worked them out with me. Now, whether or not I like to hear what she had to say, and whether or not she liked to hear what we had to say, or we had to cry through it, or yell through it, or it took a couple conversations, she did what she needed to do. And we move to the next part. Let's let this play out, baby. I'm just saying, for my first son, we got to let it play out. This is what his problem is right now. You're not doing that. Girl, you have to play an active role in trying to fix a situation. Letting it play out. Girl, what is this? This is your child. Who's going to let it play out? Who's going to let it play out? That's what you do to just like regular people on the street. Girl, we'll just see what happens. This is your child. You can actively have a hand in what happens. We're just going to let this play out like everything else plays out. You're an idiot. And you may be a good mother now to those two children, but you have another child. And to that we say, you have not been a good mom. So yes, we'll give you goat stickers if you want one and a trophy for the way you have treated those other children. But you get a 0 out of 10 stars from us for how you treated the last one and how you're continuously treating him. Because he's still alive. And from what I understand, as long as he's still alive, he's still your child. And you're actively not doing anything to fix it.
Just like with my son, we'll watch this play out. And I do want to address this though, Shalon. When you say her daddy, then that's when mommy gonna say stop playing, because you know this has been Uncle Sid your whole life. Uncle Sid knew you before you knew you. So for you to say her 3 sons, yes, you're absolutely right. He has 3 sons. He can't claim you as his son because he's always been Uncle Sid, and he knows your daddy very well.
And what was that about? What was that about? He can't claim you as his son. That man is grown. He has a child and a wife. He's not asking for that man to be his daddy. That's why he called him your daddy. And you're upset about it when you just what's the word I'm looking for? You just proved this point, for a lack of a better term. You just proved this point. Yes, he's calling him your daddy and his 3 sons. Because I'm mad grown. I'm looking for something for you. It's 2 boys that she abandoned. I heard. Now I didn't want to get, because the adopted son hasn't been speaking. Now the adopted son has not been speaking. So I cannot speak on, because in her second marriage, she did adopt that child. She did abandon that child too. I don't know nothing about the adopted son. He ain't been saying nothing. This is why her son says she doesn't take responsibility, to be too busy trying to have a comeback. Exactly.
And love that brother.
And why is he talking? This should have been Monique by herself, sitting down, only her. Sydney must got something on her, because this don't make no sense.
And the irony of all of this is not what is said, but what's left off.
Yes.
See, you're leaving off the fact that...
Oh, you know what's funny? And I'm going to tell y'all this. And for some reason, he's going to be doing the talking, which is really frustrating to me. And it makes me more upset every time I watch this video, because his response, and I keep putting myself in his shoes, that I need to stop doing that. I need to disassociate. Shalon's video was about the problem that he had with his mother and the care that his mother provided to him, the nurturing that she also herself has admitted she did not give. That's it. Y'all remember she was pulling out cell phones and saying, "This is Tyler Perry saying that." We have actual footage, okay, of Wendy Williams. I'm telling y'all, when y'all leave here, don't leave here yet. But when y'all leave here, go watch that Mims video, and it showcases Monique saying, like, I wasn't trying to be a mom. F those kids, like really F those kids, and she did that. And now we have a child who is speaking up because of her actions that she's admitted to. And now what they're about to start bringing up are the things. The things. I wish my dad would, in my 30 plus years of life, come up and say, well, you remember that one time when I came and picked you up and I gave you $100? You're leaving that off. Oh, yeah, you're not saying that. Because I will say he did buy me a bike, which was not my size because he didn't know me and I could not use it. And then the bike was stolen. Oh, you remember I bought you that bike one time? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you leaving out the bike. Okay. I bought you a pair of pants one time. He never did, but bought you a pair of pants one time. Okay. You're not talking about the pair of pants. Okay. You're trying to act like I was a bad dad, but with the $100 I gave you, it was 2 times. My uncle always brought us to the to get haircuts, but 2 times my dad did. But he would just pick me up and drop me off at the barbershop and then leave. Oh, I used to get your haircut. You're not talking about the stuff that I used to do. Okay? This man, who's not his parent and not who he was addressing, is about to start doing.
And the irony of all of this is not what is said, but what's left off.
Yes.
See, you're leaving off the fact that the last time we laid eyes on you, your mother got you everything you needed for the newborn baby about 3 years ago.
Oh, let's clap. Let's clap for her buying her grandchild stuff 3 years ago. Let's clap for these people are delusional. Like, y'all delusional. I'm sorry. I can't take it. And y'all need to log off if y'all a Monique fan or if you're an absentee parent and you feel like this is 3 years. Let's give Monique a round of applause. 3 years ago, she bought everything that the baby needed. 3 years ago. Wow. Let's stand in ovation, y'all. Let's get a girl you said all of this other stuff, but let's talk about what was being left off. 40 years ago, I actually bought you a girl. What the fuck? Well, let's talk about 3 years ago when your mom bought her grandchild. My mother wants to see, sends for her grandchildren regularly. Sending gift, games, everything. I'm talking to my nieces and nephews regularly. Sometimes more than the daddies, but that's because I love the girlfriends. They're my grass. Or the baby mamas. Those are my grass. You talk about 3 years ago. Like, if you wanted to bring up anything to showcase how Monique is like really in your life and doing things, you're gonna bring up stuff for 3 years ago. Daddy needs right. I need to show this to my children. 3 years ago. And this man, he said it with his whole chest. Well, how about we talk about 3 years ago when your mother bought your children? 3 years ago? So that means that my daughter's probably 2, probably going on 3. I don't know when she was born, if she bought it before the baby was born. but 2 or 3. That's what you're clenching on to? Oh, I guess she's mama of the year. So all of those other years that you were not trying to be a mother, you didn't care about being a mom, you did not want to be a mom, you treated your son, you neglected your son, your own words, Monique, makes up for it because you bought his child something. Got it, Daddy. Glad we're clear.
I, from Georgia, am talking you through getting your car after we gave you the half of the down payment for it. And you were 31 years of age, 32 years of age at that point. And I'm negotiating the deal with the dealer for you as you sit there. And you have the vehicle you're driving right now because of your mother. These are the things that you're leaving out.
Those two things. 3 years ago, your mom bought stuff for the child. Which, first of all, why the fuck you talking? Why are you even addressing Shalon? Why are you even talking? Secondly, that and then a car. Like that's what you're clenching onto. Don't parents give their children, and especially the oldest child, don't parents give their children the car? My mom gave me her first. It was a Dodge Stratus, and then somebody ran into me in DC when I got here. It was a stick shift. That her husband, my daddy, taught me how to drive. That was the hardest thing to drive. Don't they normally give their children their car? That's not a surprising or shocking thing. My mom actually gave me 2 cars. She gave me 1 car that was the Dodge Stratus that I moved to college with, and then she gave me the second one that I did not want, but she made me feel horrible about not taking it. You know how many children would want it? It was an Envoy, y'all. I was in college. Why do I need an Envoy? It was 8 passengers. It was 8 passengers, and there are no parking lots in the District of Columbia. And because my mom, she didn't come here a lot, she didn't understand that. Mom, keep your truck. I do not want it. It doesn't go anywhere. And that lady made me feel so bad, and I ended up taking that car, an 8-passenger car. It was like I was having a family immediately. He gave me that truck. But don't parents normally do that? They give you, like, let me say this. It's almost like he wanted to make it seem like she's supposed to be getting awards for stuff that parents just do. Oh, well, you're not, what you're leaving out is that she bought stuff for your child. Her grandchild? Yeah. Sounds about right. Oh, and she also helped you get your first car. Yeah. Sounds about right. You get award of the year for doing parent stuff? Okay, so if we're gonna count one, because I think this is what they want us to do, and let's do this for them. Because he said 31. I don't know how old Shalon is, and I'm not going to Google it, but he said 31. Let's give him 1 year off of doing a whole lot of stuff for every good deed that Monique did. So he named helping him get a car. Okay, because she said only half. And from what I understand, I thought Monique had the coins. So you can't buy your children a car? Y'all remember when Nene was just on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and she went down and she bought her son, who didn't deserve one at that time, sorry, no shade to him, a car full cash. Full cash. She bought him a car full cash. Y'all remember that? I don't know if y'all remember how many of y'all go back that far in Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she bought her son a car off the lot, full cash, paid for it, and it's yours. Y'all bragging about doing half the down payment. Is that what he said? Did he say half of the down payment? Let me make sure I'm hearing this right.
And you through getting your car after we gave you the half of the down payment.
Girl, bye. 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 And I feel like they want gold stickers and stars and awards. Y'all giving half down payments? I thought, to be honest, if she would have said, if he would have came out the gate, I wouldn't even give him a little bit more if he was like, after we pay half of the car note off. Okay, boom. Then he got to pay the other half. He's still grown. Y'all only gave half the down payment. And she out here arguing for millions and all of this stuff with Netflix, but you can only give your son half the down payment. Everybody's your babies, though. No, your babies. Fuck out of here. I'm sorry, I can't deal. And I know that there's a lot of people out here who feel like, well, he's talking too much. He's speaking too much. This is not the right time. His mom's just trying to basically, he has some trauma that he has to get over. And get into this. Let's listen to it.
Forward, and you were 31 years of age, 32 years of age at that point, and I'm negotiating the deal with the dealer for you,
as parents do,
and you have the vehicle you're driving right now because of your mother. These are the things that you're leaving out when you're expressing what you're expressing in reference to your mother. You're not expressing the relationship that you have with your father, where you spoke ill to him, not to mention spoke ill to your mother, but somehow your mother and father and I all have a loving relationship and communicate back and forth because of the love that we have for you. The one thing these individuals...
Why is he talking? Why is he talking? I need someone to just really put that into context for me. I'm not married, so I don't understand. And maybe it's a married thing. Why is he speaking? The only person that should be speaking to Shalon is Monique. Shalon didn't even address Sydney outside of saying that, you know, her daddy and his 3 kids. Why is he talking? Sydney need to be quiet. For real, Karen, this is what I don't understand why he's even saying anything. I'm with you, Kara. They're open married. Apparently, what a weak argument. I'm pretty sure he'd rather have a mom that was present. Oh, okay. Because it sounds like the people not getting it. That was a present parent that spent quality time with him and showed love versus half of a down payment. That's what's crazy to me, because I'm grown, and I got a car note. You pay half of a half? You pay, well, down payment sometimes can be like, what was my down payment? It was very small. You paying half of that? You ain't doing nothing. And but you argue. And can you imagine being a child? Just bringing this back up seriously. Can you imagine being a child of someone who on the news or in interviews are like, I got $1 million deal, or my lawsuit won and I won and I got all of this money. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing comedy shows, getting 500K, 3 million, 2 million. I'm winning Oscars. Can you imagine being a child of that person? And the only thing she could do is give you half of a down payment. What a down payment is, like 10% of a car. You can get a $30,000 car at $3,000. You get $1,500, and you proud of that? Well, he's not speaking about the things that we done. Can you imagine? And then you have to watch. Outside of the depression and problems and trauma that you probably gone through, knowing that your mom is now online, and I'm not saying that the lady couldn't have changed, and now she's a better mother to the children that she's trying to be a mom to, but the thing is, you're still a mom to me. I may be grown, and maybe, you know, because I do hear some people being like, you need to get over it, you grown now, da 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 da. Girl, people cry at their parents' funerals. You want to know why? Because they're still their moms. They're still their parents. I see my mother regularly. I take her out. I go shopping with her. We go on trips. We see things. We just saw the Wiz a couple of months ago. My mom does not stop being my mother because I turned 21. Now the reins will be off the leash a little bit, but I still have learning to do because she's gone through life still. She's always going to be my teacher. She's always going to be my confidant. I tell her everything that I'm going through, everything that I'm scared about. I still talk to her about what insurance plan I should have when it comes time for renewal. She's always going to be that for me. You don't just stop being a mom. So if she feels in her heart that sometimes you have a stubborn child, a little child who's not listening to you. They're not going to listen to you. They don't want to listen. Y'all remember Helen Keller and all this stuff she was going through, and she really wasn't listening to anybody. You don't just stop. You don't just say, you know what, I'm done. I'll wait till they come to me. That's not how parenting works. You do what you can for as long as you can, however long that you can, to make sure that it happens. And if y'all both verbally say, I don't want a relationship with you, and then you say I don't want a relationship with you, then y'all stop. But if you still feel in your heart that you still want one, you keep trying, like a man you trying to pursue. Or like a girl that you're trying to pursue. Or just a person. Let me say that. I'm trying to be gender fluid here. You don't stop. You make the relationship work as much as you can, however you can. When I be mad at my mom, she know I'll be mad at her. She's not going to stop calling me and talking to me or sending me stuff. Thought you would like this. And then sooner or later, I'm like, okay, let me call her back. I was mad about her taking my sister's side over me, but I mean, she loved me. And you're the parent, you got to try that. Because then it shows your child how to do that with their child. Because it doesn't stop. You give him $1,500. That young man is probably at home right now, still trying to pay that car note because you couldn't afford to buy a car for him. And I think Teslas are only $50K at this point, $60K, $50K, and then you just get $1 million settlement, and y'all sitting here trying to do claps about y'all paying half of the down half. I'm gonna keep saying out loud, half of the down payment. Girl, go the fuck on. Sorry, Sydney, you go the fuck on, and then also shut up. Let me see what the people are saying. He talking because Monique. Sheila. Time is more precious than money, and I don't think a lot of people understand or know that. I don't think a lot of people understand or know that. I want to spend every moment with the people that I love. Every single moment. I remember that so much more. And I come from a family we come from the hood, and a lot of us were dying at like back to back to back. I felt like I was at a funeral every month. One point when I was younger. Just because of gun violence. But you cannot get those memories back. I mean, so you can't get that time back, but you'll always have those memories. And they'll keep you safe, they'll keep you warm. Now you may cry, but it's what you have. It's what you have. And if the only thing you can remember from somebody are the things that they gave you, you won't have much. Because then soon you will get rid of those things or lose those things. Those memories are going to stay with you. That time is going to stay with you. He wants to submit in our minds that out of the 311 parents, something is wrong with Shalon. Oh, yo, let's get to that, because he said something about that also made me upset, y'all.
And to the individuals out here that oftentimes speak after they've heard one side of the story, there's an old saying: believe half of what you see and none of what it is that you hear. Please don't take our word for it, but what we will convey is this. Those who are parents and have raised their parents up to being adults.
Your children. Raise their children up to being adults.
Right on. Those who are parents that raise their children into adulthood know that there comes a time and a place in which they determine their own decisions, their own path. You can have multiple children that are raised in one house, but they act and they take on different things. The reason why it was so important for us to entertain these conversations that we typically have privately, or that we're influenced to have privately amongst the people in our community, is because we need to stop being embarrassed about being human beings and about being Black human beings. You will oftentimes hear us saying we are embarrassing ourselves in front of them.
How did this become a racial issue as you being a bad dad? I mean, sorry, you're not his father. So I don't understand why you're talking in the first place. But how did this become a racial issue for your wife being a bad mom? How did this become a race issue because your wife's a bad mom? We got bad mom Hispanics, bad mom Chinese, Japanese, white, Black, Alaskan, Swedish. How did this become a race issue because your wife is a bad mom? You full of shit. You are full of shit. You are full of shit. Your wife is a bad mom. Now we talk about race. Girl, you're reaching on a letter from a fire truck. At this point, I'm about to buy JT Ali said they made this video because they saw people were overwhelming on Shalon's side and they're trying to sell tickets. At this point, I'm willing to buy a ticket and throw a milkshake at her. Or just go there just to boo and tell her that she need to fix things with her son. Because this is what Boss Lady Ross said. They pay Kevin Hart back with interest. Y'all can pay Kevin Hart back the money that y'all owed him with interest, but you can only put down a little bit more. Because I don't think somebody show me the car that Shalon is driving. I know it didn't cost more than at least what are the range of cars going for right now? Even if it was $100K car, interest right now, down payments right now, 10%, 15% max. Y'all put down a little bit of money. And now it's a race issue. We got to stop not trying to have these conversations in front of white people. Wait, why is this so? There are bad white moms and bad white dads. Girl, this is not a race issue. This is a morality issue and a parental issue. And y'all not doing it.
Who is them?
Who are they?
Because when you hear someone articulate these things, that is the slave's mentality. That makes us believe that we as Black people need to conduct ourselves with dignity because white people are watching. You should conduct yourself with dignity because the spirit of you is watching.
Come on.
But we need to have these conversations out loud and taboo because we have a finite period of time together here on this earth. You will travel through infinity with the spirit that you have all alone, and you will not remember the ridicule that you receive, but you will be judging yourself. You will be determining for the rest of your life which way that you go as you have thus far. So this conversation is about speaking directly to what situations are. And many people oftentimes, when they are presented with an issue, they stay quiet, they hide, they disappear. And what we're saying is that's not who we are, because
it's who your wife is, because when your wife was presented with a child, okay, she stayed quiet and she left and she removed herself. Okay. It happens. And your wife did it. When she was presented with a child, she said, fuck those kids. I'm just telling you what your wife said herself. Monique has said herself. She did not want to be a mother. She was not concerned about being a mother. And this is also something that's really bothering me, which is why I don't understand why he's speaking so much. Girl, you are the one who said that you wasn't a good mom. You didn't try to be a mom. You wasn't trying to be a mom. You did not concern yourself with being a mother. You did not put mothering first, parenting first. You say you missed PTAs, field trips, everything. These are your own words. I'm telling y'all, when y'all leave this video, go to Mam's video. She said all of this stuff herself out of her own mouth. And now when her son talks about it, now you want to sit here and say, well, there's things that we need to think about. And 3 years ago, we did this, and we gave you $1,200 for a down payment on a used car. Girl, that does not a parent make. That does not a parent make. It takes a whole lot more to be a mom. It takes a whole lot more to be a dad. It takes a whole lot more to be a caregiver. And bro, you got examples of 3 years ago. And the person who the child is really mad at is not even saying anything. And that's what's disturbing me the most. When I say, if this was a phone call and they called me, say this was FaceTime, and they called me and it was like, busy, we just want to talk to you. And she would have started the conversation, we didn't want to talk to you, baby. And I know you're frustrated, baby, but there's so much that's going on. And soon as he started talking, I would have hung up the phone. Immediately, I would have hung up the phone immediately. I want to talk to my mother. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. If you think that we need to have a third party in the room, then we need to go to therapy. So then let's plan that. And you and I can pick the therapist as we try to figure out and navigate and negotiate how we're going to move forward. But as soon as that man would have started talking, I would have hung up the phone. Call me back when you have your own mouth, when you have your own sounding board, when you have your own brain. Call me back then. At this point, she's giving all of the characters of the Wizard of Oz. We need brains, we need courage, and we need heart. Call me back when you're ready to talk to me. When you're ready to talk to me. I don't want to hear nothing from this man. He's not my dad. I got a dad. And to be honest, because of the trauma that you put me through, I probably don't like him either. Don't have this man say no shit to me. And if you really want to fix this, you call me by yourself. I don't have that man say no shit to me. And this is not the world. Because I know she always feel like, well, yeah, people feel like it's weird when I have my husband sitting by me. This is your child. And if you want to have a conversation, it should be then with you and his daddy. This man right now, let him go play with the kids that you care about. No shade, but shade. No shade, but shade. While you talk to your son, let this man go play with the kids that you actually care about. And then you can fix this with him and his daddy. Don't have this man say no shit to me.
Because what you cannot do is you cannot trick an honest person.
Come on.
You can demean, you can say whatever you want to say about them negatively, but what will happen is truth has a way of standing the test of time. I forgot to have my phone to read the last text message that I gave to you, Shalon, where I told you about the understanding of how you are speaking to a woman and how you as a man and how you perceive things may be completely different from how your wife, how your mother, how your sister, how your daughter will look at things. And when you learn how to communicate a little bit better.
And now you're reprimanding me? You're not my dad. You're not my parent. And if we really gonna dive deep into the bullshit that you're talking about, the one-sidedness and everybody's getting one-sidedness, you're hearing from an absentee mother. You're taking the side of an absentee mother. What the? And now you're trying to reprimand. Well, women, and that's so demeaning. And I understand that people feel like boys and girls grow up differently, they develop differently, and when they get into manhood and womanhood, they develop differently, their feelings and everything's different. But I feel like everybody can understand each other, and it's not that hard. Communication solves a whole lot of shit. And you just got to talk. You really just have to talk. And unfortunately, it sounds like it looks like your wife doesn't want to even say words as she sits there. Yes. When this is a conversation about her son, and she's letting some rando talk to him. Even when my stepdad wanted to have a conversation with me, my mother would let me know, like, hey, he does want to talk to you about this. What do you think? I'll listen to him. Because she's my parent. You're weird. Monique, you're weird. Sydney, you're weird as it's giving cult. And I hate that. And it's not that people are not understanding each other. It takes a minute. It takes a while. Sometimes it takes years. As long as you are committed to doing the work. And it sounds like your wife don't want to say shit. Gail said, no way. Exactly. And I feel like he doing all the talking for her child. And his message was to his mother and about his mom. And Sydney doing all the talking. This shit is weird to me. I'm sorry, y'all.
Then things will happen a little bit better.
I think something happened with their internet or their phone or something.
You young man, because of the challenges that this young brother has had with mental illness. So we're communicating.
And this is where I drew the line. This is where BusyBlu drew the line. Number one, you are not related to me in any shape or form, only by marriage, and barely because my mother does not have any relationship to me. Two, I did an open letter, open message to my mother, who has openly supported her children, her new children, her husband, and has actively communicated about the unfairness, the mistreatment, and problems that she's gone through with her family, her parents, her brother, her mother, with the industry. Tyler Perry, talk about Oprah, talk about everything. And then you have the nerve, the gall to sit there while then what in the HIPAA is this? While your husband talks about me having mental health issues, y'all wrong. Y'all, like, this is out of control. You bashed her son because he didn't talk about what happened 3 fucking years ago because you're weird. You bashed her son because as y'all making millions a year annually, only gave him, I'm gonna give let's give a guesstimate of maybe 75K or 10K on a down payment on a vehicle, and that's at the highest reach. And now you're saying that he has mental health issues? Monique, what the fuck is wrong with you? You are a disgrace of a mother. You are a disgrace of a parent. I don't give a fuck what you're doing with your children now. And you can be great in a mother of this. You are treating your older son like shit. And you adopted a child. You treated Shalon like you adopted him. How dare you push this child out, not care for him, not give him everything he needs. Have your husband only cling on to 2 little aspects of things that you did to him, and then tell the world that he has a mental illness? Am I the only one seeing how weird and fucked up this is? Because I was watching some podcasts and they're like, oh, hopefully they can get past this in time. What's up? Have you not been on the other side of this before? This man just said that he has mental illness and he's dealing with issues. What in the HIPAA is this? Monique don't want to fix shit. She wants sympathy for herself. And if anybody else gets it, she's going to get upset about it. Monique wants the sympathy. Everybody care about her hurt. Her pain. How's she doing? Where's it coming from? Who hurt her? Who did something to her? Why is she not getting the best? Why she's not receiving everything? Why she's not getting more? She wants that for her. Her son crying out for help. That was a cry for help. That was a cry for emotion. That was a cry for a mother. And you know what she did? She let her fucking daddy come up on this damn internet and told him that you're ungrateful because we helped you with a car and we bought you stuff 3 years ago, and you're a psycho. And she sat there and said nothing. You will pay for what you've done to that young man and what you are still doing and what you are allowing that man to do. And now I think that this is probably why you're going through all the things that you have gripes about, because God is showing you until you do right by everybody that you should be doing right by, you're not going to get everything that you used to have before. And I don't know who's on the ticket with you, but I hope those ticket sales crumble. And I hope that the stuff that you start to work on from here on out does not do well until you do well and do right by him. You are the parent, you are the mother, and you wrong. And Sydney, shut the fuck up. Now. Yesterday. Y'all, I'm about to get out of here. Spend some time with my fiance before he starts his game night. Y'all know the girls be Dungeons and Dragons and over here. I had to get this off my chest because it resonated with me and it hit too close to home. And then when I saw this response, it made me even more frustrated. Because y'all absentee parents, y'all absentee fathers, y'all do damage on like individuals who have to go out into this world and live. Excuse me. Outside of having like a real mental illness, outside of having like addiction and problems or whatever, y'all inflict so much pain on young people, and they live with that for a long time, and then they have to pay a whole bunch of money and on pills and therapy and counseling to try to fix and undo everything that y'all done. And if you continue to try to be in their life and then not change your ways with them, because Monique has changed her ways with her children, but she did not change her ways with her son, which is what my dad did. He wanted to be the better dad to his new kids, but he's telling me, I just need you to remove yourself from my life. Life don't work like that. You are inflicting so much pain, trauma, memories onto these young adolescent minds, and then they remember that and they're scarred, and then they treat people or they operate like that. And one parent can't do it by themselves. They can do the best that they can. My mom gave me everything that I needed, and I'm sure she probably feels all the time, why do you even care about your daddy? Because I'm giving you everything that you need. Y'all suck. And it's up to you, not the child. I'm so tired of this. He'll come to me when he's ready. She'll come to me when she's ready. They'll come to me when they're ready. It's not their job. I wasn't thrusting and resting when y'all was having the baby. When I became a zygote, y'all was doing the work, and you have to continue to do the work. And you're weird if you feel like, well, it's at some point it's just a child's job. My mother calls me regularly. She chills with me regularly. She tries to figure out what's going on with America. She talks to my partner regularly. She talks to my friends. And same with my other siblings. I don't know what the fuck y'all parents out here are doing or why y'all think y'all got it right, but you're doing it wrong. And Monique, you are dead fucking wrong. And you were dead wrong to have this video with your husband talking to your son who has gripes with you, because to be honest, the baby predated y'all marriage. Now he could have been uncle whatever, fucking whatever. He wasn't his dad. It predated him. And to have him talk to him is a disgrace. And then for you to not say anything is a disgrace. And then for you to allow him to talk about whatever possible mental health issues that he has going on, you are disgusting. I will never be able to be quiet when it comes to children who feel affected. And maybe I need to just start a nonprofit, quit my job, start a nonprofit, and focus on that. I will never be able to be quiet when it comes to children who feel affected by an absentee parent. And they're trying to find ways to fix that. I know we have Big Brother, Big Sister, all of that. I don't know if that program still is around. But it bothers me to my soul. I've experienced it. I've been through it. I've been called a skeleton. Girl, those girls are dead. I'm dead to you. You're trying to start your new life. I'm dead to you. I've been called a skeleton. No one's going to make me take Monique's side, and I don't give a fuck about her new tour, and if she's doing a new movie, a new anything. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You are a poor excuse for a mother. Your husband needs to shut the fuck up, and you need to have a conversation and therapy with your son. And as long as it takes, do it. And if y'all said that the car thing was that when he was 31, you got a lot of making up to do. And the only fault belongs to you. I'm sorry. When he was a child, he couldn't do nothing. The fault belongs to you. And from 0 years old to 18, you got a lot of making up to do. And it may not take a year. It may not take 2 years. It may take 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You have a lot of making up to do. And until you do right, he always going to feel that way. If y'all want to know more about me and everything else I have going on, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter, BusyBlu, no space, no E. You can also find me on Twitch, BusyBlu, where this is definitely streaming right now. I'm about to get out of here and get busy, and you all stay busy. Till next time. I love y'all, babies.